What if everything around you wasn't there? If everything and everyone you knew and loved did not exist and the Earth was void of human life? Microbes on Mars might evolve into a species similar to that of humans, and who are we to stop them from growing and evolving if no one ever stopped us? Humans have a moral obligation to protect and preserve microbial life on Mars because we have little to no information about them, and they might turn into a functioning species. To legally protect this microbial life, I believe that this moral obligation should be included into international law. For example, Dr. David Barobe, a communications professor at NC State University, discusses the possibility of microbial life turning into a species similar to that of humans, so we should not impede their growth by sampling or researching the microbes which might lead to their extinction. Similarly, Randolph and others in the International Journal of Astrobiology reviewed the need for a cosmocentric ethic because Martian life may represent a second genesis. A cosmocentric ethic is a natural state of the universe that should be preserved without any human intervention. The cosmocentric ethic is vital in this situation because Randolph believes that there might be a second genesis, which is a prominent species that emerges from the microbes. Homo erectus was probably nothing exciting or interesting at the beginning of our existence, similar to that of a microbe, but we were able to develop into a functioning, diverse species, and we have a moral obligation to allow the microbes to do the same thing. Not only could microbial life on Mars turn out to be more than just microbes in the near future, but studying and researching of extraterrestrial creatures might lead to cross-contamination for both species. Humans should avoid studying microbial life forms due to cross-contaminations that might occur for humans, extraterrestrials, or both. In the journal Advances in Space Research, Margaret Race and Richard Randolph discuss implications of bringing back microbial samples from Mars to Earth. They discuss the need to be concerned with the cross-contamination from the return of Earth materials that may harbor ET life forms or other contaminants, because that's dangerous for both the humans and the extraterrestrial species. To protect possible emerging species of microbes on Mars from extinction and contamination, we should incorporate these moral obligations into international law. To make sure that we uphold to these standards of maintaining extraterrestrial microbial life on Mars, we should include limitations about what we should and shouldn't be studying in the international law. In academic journal Advances in Space Research, Race and Randolph talk about current legislation already in place for extraterrestrial life. In the 1960s, the Outer Space Treaty was created, which addresses the protection of celestial bodies for biological interest and for the sake of science. But these studies, even today, do not protect the extraterrestrial environments and the extraterrestrials themselves. Race and Randolph believe that a more fundamental and central rationale for a policy of non-interference or non-disturbance of an extraterrestrial ecosystem arises if ET life is found. If this happens, space explorers may have a moral obligation to respect the integrity of extraterrestrial ecosystems, just like they do on Earth, because they should be able to function the same as they did before the space explorers discovered these extraterrestrial life forms. Humans have a moral obligation to protect and preserve microbial life on Mars because they have the same right to grow and experience their environment just as we did.